Hello and welcome to the finals of Pro Tour Tokyo. I'm Randy Bueller. I'm here with Worth Welpert and Ron Foster. We're getting ready to watch the semifinal match between Tsuyoshi Fujita and Lucas Hager.
皆さん、プロツアー東京の、準決勝戦へようこそ。中継者の、ランディ・ビューラーとワース・ウォルパートと、ロン・フォスターです。ただいま、藤田剛と、ルーカス・ハガーの、準決勝戦が行われています。
That was Ron Foster. He's going to be doing the Japanese version of the commentary. We're just going to trade back and forth over the course of the afternoon. There you get a good look at Tsuyoshi Fujita. He is one of the top Japanese players and is the first Japanese player to make the top 8 of a Pro Tour.
初めて、プロツアーの決勝戦まで、駒を進めた日本人の、藤田剛である、今、ルーカス・ヘイガーと、決勝戦を、行われています。
Lucas Hager is from Columbia, South Carolina. Been to about 7 Pro Tours, had an 11th place at LA a couple years ago, and busted through himself here with his first top 8. What do you think about this matchup, Worth?
Well, I think the deck matchup has to go to Fujita. He looks like he built his deck to beat green-red. He has a lot of bounce in his deck. He has counterspells. He has Ravenous Rats to block the uncounterable Blurred Mongoose.
Yeah, those Ravenous Rats seem huge in this matchup.
でやっぱり、藤田さんは、赤緑のメタゲームを考えてデッキを組んでるようにしか、思いません、特にネズミの存在が大きいです、カウンターできない、モングースブロックできるし、ハガーが、手札に残すはずの、ウルザーの激動などの、重要順を、精査することができます。
I was talking to Dave Price before this matchup. He said they had a red-green beatdown deck very similar to the Alpha Beta Unlimited deck that Hager's playing, and they also had a Ravenous Rat deck, a sort of blue-black control with Ravenous Rats. They just stopped playing red-green because the rats were so good. They blocked the Mongoose, they blocked the Raging Kavu, they blocked the Thornscape Familiar.
Yeah.
So that could be big. Now, Fujita obviously doesn't have a rat on this draw, but Hager hasn't gotten off to all that fast of a start either.
他のプロプレイヤーの話によりますと、プレイテストの段階では、黒青があまりに強くて、赤緑と、赤黒のデッキを、テストするのもやめて、青黒に、乗り換えたという話です。今回藤田さんは、ネズミ出していないようですが、ちょっと、プレッシャーが、かかっているかもしれません。
All right, here comes an end-step Raging Kavu from Hager. It gets prohibited with the kicker.
Yeah, this game's starting off
just the way Fujita wanted it. He excluded one creature, prohibited another. A little grizzly Kavu baby bear, I call it, Kavu Titan without the kicker. It's getting a little bit of damage in, but that's not a fast clock.
で今、キッカーなしの株に、藤田さんが殴られていますが、2点ずつですから、今、あまり気にしなくていいようですね。
Well, maybe Hager was baiting with the Raging Kavu in the end step. He got what he wanted, and Fujita tapped mana on his turn.
It's true. It's a good point.
He's got a window here. Let's see if he does anything with it. Big Titan, maybe? Nothing.
Go? Oh, wow. That's really good for Fujita.
クリーチャー出していないと、藤田さんが、マナを出し続ければ、安定できるので、今の段階では藤田さんが、有利ではないでしょうか。
Yeah, it seemed like had him tapped out. It's what I looked like the Raging Kavu. It did look like he was baiting the permission during the end step, but did not have anything else to do.
単シロジの株は、やはり罠じゃないかと、思われますが、結局
Adel Green. Oh, there goes Kavu Titan. Why didn't he play the Kavu Titan with kicker last turn?
It was recoil.
Cards in your head?
Oh, that was the recoil. Oh, I see. So Fujita recoiled the Titan, then addled it away. Hager's got nothing. Sorry, Hager. Kavu runner off the top. Oh well. Yeah, Fujita saw his hand last. Fujita saw his hand, and there wasn't there last time. Came off the top, obviously. Now what?
Oh,
Urborg Shambler.
That guy blocks Kavu Runner. That is his sole mission right now in life.
Yeah, that
One card.
Shambler 4/3 gives all other black creatures -1/-1. It's really good against people running Nightscape Familiars. So one of the nice elements of Fujita's deck, actually. Almost everyone else ran Nightscape Familiars in their black deck. Fujita elected to run Shamblers instead so that he'd be good against the other black decks.
で藤田さんは、メタゲームを考えて、シャンブラーをデッキに入れたでしょう。今、黒の、使い魔が、かなり、人気があって、結構使われていますが、シャンブラーで、殺されるので、藤田さんの方が、
Your turn.
の黒が、有利でしょう。
You think he'll leave those in for the rest of the game's worth?
What the Shamblers? you're
Yeah, the
talking about?
Shamblers.
I'm not sure that the Nightscape Familiars you were. Oh boy, there's a good draw.
My.
Oh jeez.
That should be the game. Hager's got nothing. We saw his hand because of the Addle.
ヘイガーはもう、手札にカ
Wow.
ードを
Hyog Mouth's agenda.
ないで、藤田さんは、同じ1枚のカードを2度使える、ヤグモスの行動計画を出しています。これをもう藤田が勝った同然でしょう。
Graveyard full of goodies. There comes the Shambler back into play. He's a beatdown monster
シャンブラ
now.
が2つに入れました。
This is exactly the way Fujita scripted his deck. You just trade cards at the beginning,
Insta.
bounce that, counter that, trade cards. Then the agenda comes down. You've got a whole graveyard, and most opponents can't keep up. All those extra cards, you can only play one a turn, but all of his cards are so tempo oriented that
その攻略は、おそらく、カード行動計画です。カードを再利用できるので、相手と、トレードして、クリーチャーをトレードして、終盤になってから行動計画を出して、自分のカードを、再利用するのが、
yeah, Hager drew Raging Kavu, so Shambler's not going on the attack. Just trades for the Raging Kavu right now. Vegeta's draw would be so much better if he had a rat.
Yeah.
There's a rat sitting in his graveyard.
Oh jeez.
There's Fact or Fiction.
誠が嘘かが、プレイされました。
All right, let's see how Hager divides these.
見せられるでしょうか。
What are the cards? It's Urberg Shambler, another agenda. Addle, Phyrexian Scuda.
Jeez.
Those are some goods. Hager takes his
カー
time.
ドの中に、ファレクシアの盾持ちと、もう1体のシャンブラーと、
Randy mentioned earlier the Nightscape Familiars that aren't in the main deck for Fujita, but are in the sideboard in a quantity of 4, which is going to probably, I would imagine he'd bring those all in game 2. I can't see why he would have those in the sideboard if he wouldn't bring them in against green. They're so good against the Blurred Mongoose, Raging Kavu, all that stuff.
Yeah, 12 1 toughness creatures in Fujita's deck. I mean, Hager's deck.
藤井さんのデッキ登録用紙を見てると、サイドボードに、黒の使い魔が4体あります。これは、日本戦から、日本戦
So he took Addle and Phyrexian
シャンブラ
Scuda.
と変えられるではないでしょうか。なぜかというと、再生できる、黒の使い魔は、モングースや、ハガーの大型緑のクリーチャーをずっとブロックできるから、サイドから入るでしょう。
So he plays the Phyrexian Scuda. Don't think he kicked it.
Yes.
Oh, he did kick it.
Kicked the Scuda.
Okay.
There we go. 5-5 in the house.
5-5が出ました。これ、ヘイガーさんは、4ターン以内に、何もしなければ、もう、負けますので。
That guy is a serious clock.
Well, there's Mongoose. That's not bad. I mean, there's a recoil and a prohibit sitting in Fujita's graveyard, but can't use them against the Mongoose. It's actually Fujita 8, Hager 20. Because of the 3 life that Fujita paid to kick that Scuda. Alright, here comes Addle. Hager's in top deck mode, though. He's not going to have much in his hand. Right?
Well, that Addle protects his Scuda from an Urza's Rage here.
Good point. Yeah, I assume he named Red. Yep, named Red and whiffed. Thornscape Battle Mage hangs out there. quick update on the other semifinal match where Zvi Malshewitz is taking on Chris Benefel. Zvi Malshewitz has won game one.
でもう片方の、準決勝戦の、ズビー・モショベツと、クリス・ベネフェルの方で、ズビーが、1本目を、取りました。
We're going to get you to coverage of that semifinal in a little bit. Fujita's doing the math. Can I swing with this Scooter?
さんは、計算
What do I have? The Mongoose actually looks alright right here. I mean,
He's a little
untargetability.
scary. He's a little scary. There are a lot of cards that Hager can draw also if they start trading damage.
Right.
Well, he's gonna swing.
Wow, Scooter goes into the red zone. Does he have another creature? Wow, that's kind of surprising to me.
He does still have. Oh, yeah, he
mean,
has a counter available and he has a recoil available, neither of which do anything about the Blurred Mongoose already in play.
Right, and he's within double rage range. I guess he knows that Hager has the Battle Mage and a land in his hand, so...
I don't think the Battle Mage concerns him very much, since Prohibit is always an issue, but...
Yeah, that's my point. Like,
Yeah.
he's down to 6 now, so 2 Urza's Rages would kill him. Get 2 Fire doesn't help Hager because of the permission that's sitting in... well, I guess a big
Get Too Fire
would get around the
help him,
Prohibit,
yeah.
but Fujita may have a counter in his hand. He almost certainly has a counter in his hand, given the way he's showing this willingness to trade damage.
Right.
It's only Urza's Rage that can lose this race for him. Was it 6:15 right now?
6:15, yeah.
少なくとも1枚使います。ティフレにも、
Yeah, the score on the screen is incorrect. 6 to 15.
まあおそらく
We know one of those cards is a Battle Mage. Do we know the other one? Is the other one a land?
まあとにかく旗色が悪いです。この試合。
Oh, he may have played the land. Well, this will be Adel. I'm gonna guess green
this
here.
time, yeah.
Get that Battle Mage out of the way.
再びプレイされました。指定される色はおそらく緑でしょう。
Yep.
Yep, and just a forest. Crunch. Scooter comes over for 5 more. 6 to 10.
That guy doesn't mess around.
Yeah, Hager knocks his deck.
映画はトップデックモードに入っています。
He needs a rage. That's what it comes down to. Scooter wins the race with Mongoose.
激動引かない限りは、もう縦持ちに殴り続けて負けるでしょう。モングースで
Mongoose.
Would
Takes
you
another-
race here if you were Fujita? I mean, it's an interesting little strategy he's run here. He's run this gambit where he wins the race unless Hager draws Urza's Rage. Like, he could have left Scooter back and just let the game go on, but, I mean, his graveyard's going to run out with Agenda eventually, so maybe he's right to play. I mean, he sort of played for the short term here, right?
Yep.
It's an interesting little gambit. It's a gamble. I think it's a gamble, but we'll find out in 2 draw phases whether it works out.
まあ藤田さんも、ハガは、激動を引かない限りはこのままでは勝つのは、分かっていますので、短期戦に持ち込んだ、縦持ちで殴り続ければ、あと2ターンで、勝ちます。行動計画を、使い続ければ、まあ、うちにあるカードは、まあ、いつか、なくなりますが、あと2ターンで勝てるから、まあ、一か八という感じで、殴り続けています。
He can't chicken out now, can he?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense
Nah,
to do so.
I mean, if he swung twice, he's in for the long haul.
He's casting something.
Oh, is he recoiling his own agenda?
Yeah.
自分の行動計画にリコイル。
Yeah, recoils his own agenda, giving himself the right to play multiple spells if he needs to now.
Well, I suspect that would mean he might have 2 counters in his hand. Is that why?
That would do it.
なぜ、行動計画を
Oh my.
したかというと、デフレにカウンター2枚がある可能性が高いです。
You know what could happen is if Hager draws the rage, he can undermine it, and win the game before the rage resolves. Because he can undermine it twice, right? You can still target a
Doesn't
rage.
the second one fizzle though?
No, the rage is still sitting there. He undermines,
Oh, right, 'cause
deals
it can't
3
be- sure,
damage.
sure.
If he's got 2 undermines in his hand, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
でもし、藤田さんは、2枚の、
Oh, right. With any normal spell, you can't undermine it twice, but with Urza's Rage, you can. That's
Exactly.
interesting, yeah.
2枚の蝕みを打てば激動が解決される前にライフの素質でヘイガーが負ければまあ面白いことになるかもしれません。タイタンに対して
Titan, that gets one undermine. Hager falls to 2.
残りライフ2点です。
Mongoose probably going to hang back and chump Scooter this turn.
Unless he has Urza's Rage in his hand.
Oh, runner.
Oh, boy.
Does he have another? Oh, he's got repulse, counter. He's got to have something, right?
Yep, there's a banish for the runner.
All right, so he takes 2.
罠は破壊されました。
There it is. Game 1 to Tsuyoshi Fujita.
取りました。
Welcome back to the semifinals of Pro Tour Tokyo. There's Tsuyoshi Fujita on the left of your screen. Lucas Hager has his back to us. I'm Randy Buehler. I'm still here with Worth Wolpert and Ron Foster. And now we're going to find out if Tsuyoshi Fujita, who's already become the first Japanese player to ever make top 8 of a Pro Tour, can become the first Japanese player to make the top 2.
はい、これから、藤田剛と、ハーガーの、3本目の、試合を、中継させていただきます。藤田さんは、史上初、日本人ベスト8入りを、果たしていますが、この1本勝てば、初めての、プロツアー決勝戦まで今後進めた日本人となります。さて、できるでしょうか？
Fujita leads 2 games to 0 in this best 3 out of 5 match. So Hager's got his back to the wall, has to win 3 in a row.
Is that rat?
Is it a rat? Is it a familiar? Whatever it is, I bet it blocks Blurred Mongoose.
Nope.
Addle. That's actually one of the nice features of Fujita's deck. It's really low in casting cost. He's got a lot of very efficient, very inexpensive spells that allows him to stay in the game and sort of fight the aggressive creature decks early on.
ウルザの激動が、指定させられました。
Fujita named Urza's Rage. Spotter's going to get his sideboard information for you. Fujita had a number of red cards to choose from, decided on the Rage. Blurred Mongoose comes over for 2. There's Blurred Mongoose number 2.
You're very
No
surprised.
third land from Hager.
モングースは、2体場に出てますが、ヘイガーは、ちょっと、事故ってる気味ですね。
No third land, but no 1/1 from
No, yeah.
Fujita.
That's a good point. Those mongooses come over.
2体で、
Recoil doesn't help.
藤田さんはリコイル持ってても、対象にならないモングースに対して使えないので、ちょっと不利になってます。
So we were wondering earlier what Fujita was going to take out in order to get all those familiars into his deck. He brought in the familiars, he brought in his other 2 Phyrexian Scudas. What he took out was actually kind of interesting. He took out the Shamblers, of course, because they would kill his own familiars. He also took out his Factor Fictions. Figuring this matchup is about speed and agenda is all the card advantage he needs. Took out the Factor
藤田
Fictions.
さんのサイドボーディングについてですが、ちょっと、面白いことに、誠か嘘かが、抜かれています。黒の、使い魔と、残りの2体の盾持ちが、投入されましたが、何が抜かれたかと言いますと、アーボーグシャンブラーと、誠か、嘘か、そして
Fujita also put in 2 Spinal Embrace.
Oh, nice.
そして、
Yeah, took out 1 Prohibit, 1 Addle for those.
行動計画1つと、カウンター1つが、抜かれています。
Hager, on the other hand, brought in 4 overabundances. Took out 2 of his Flame Tongue Kavus, and looks like Jade Leech came out. No, Raging Kavu. Sorry, all his Raging Kavus are now on the
で
sideboard.
一方の、ハガーの方のサイドボーディングですが、オーバーバンデンスが投入されてて、フレームタンカブと、他の、クリーチャーが、ヒルが、抜かれています。
Hager also put in Thornscape Battle Mage and 1 Skizzik.
Makes sense. So Fujita got one of those Scudas, kicked it, got the 5/5 monster into play. It's blocked and killed a Blurred Mongoose. The big question, does Hager have another Rage? Can he kill the Scuda?
He could play. Did he play a land? If not, he could play land Gitu Fire as well.
There's the land.
And G25.
Bye-bye, Phyrexian Scuda. That's right. Fujita had seen Hager's hand a couple of turns ago. He knew the fire was there, but he knew Hager only had 2 land at that time, so it's very unlikely that Hager had been holding a land. He had to have drawn that land that turn. Pretty good gamble for Fujita, but it just didn't work out.
Well, it did kill a Mongoose, too, and that's a...
Sure, yeah, he 2-for-1'd him. He got the Mongoose, he got the fire. Yeah. He played correctly. It's just unlucky for him that Hager had top-decked the land.
でさっき、ディスカード呪文を使った時に、ファイアがハガの手札に入っているのは、藤田さんは見ましたが、その時は、土地2枚しかなかったので、一か八で、キカツキの、盾持ちを出しました。しかしヘガーは、土地をトップデックして、盾持ちをやっつけることができました。
What do you think about taking out Fact or Fiction, Randy? I'm not sure I agree with that. Do you?
It makes sense to me, to be honest. I'm not positive. I mean, I didn't spend the many hours playtesting the format that these guys did. But if you think about it, his deck, he's got to get early game cards into his deck. He's playing against a really aggressive red-green deck, and I think he has the advantage in the late game. Maybe you leave a couple in, take a couple out.
Right.
開発部の2人の中継者は、誠か嘘かを、見てのが正解かどうか、揉めていますが、やっぱり、赤緑の相手に対して、速攻でいかないと、長期戦になればなるほど、藤井さんが、不利になるので、誠か嘘かを、抜いて、そのクリーチャーを、増やしました。
And it's interesting now. Wonder if Hager, I'm sure he's aware of the Spinal Embraces. One more land gets him to that mana, and if he plays another creature, Hager plays another creature, then that could come into play.
The life matters too, and Fujita's starting to dip a little low.
Yep.
Down to 9 already.
Going to be 7 here shortly.
7's not a lot.
藤田さんは、あと土地1枚で、スパイナルエンブレイスをプレイすることが、できるので、ハーガーはそれを警戒している模様です。
Hager just looking over at him. What do you have?
Hager has the same face all the time. Have you noticed that?
You can read his eyes sometimes.
でヘイガーはかなり、ポーカーフェイスなんですが、メイの動きを見れば、考えに差しがつく。で今、藤田さんの、手札を、探ってるでしょう。何が今手札の藤田さんの手札は4枚で、
何が入ってるか。Fujita's a bit of a contrast actually. Fujita, very emotional player.
探ってるでしょ
う。He's leaning around. He moves a lot. He gets into the game. You can tell he's really into the game.
で、ヘイガーにポーカーフェイスのヘイガーに対して藤田さんは、感情的でリアクションが大きいです。
All right, there's Kavu Runner. Hager had to think about it. He's looking at that 4 mana, 2 islands, 2 swamps. He's obviously a little bit intimidated. Could be Undermine, could be Exclude, could be Recoil.
Could just let it come into play and banish it. Undermine.
虫歯みです。
Hager's probably fine with that.
ランナーがカウンターされました。
He'd much rather take 3 damage than let Fujita draw a card. Yeah, look at Fujita. Did he have the 6th land?
I can't tell from here.
Did he play land 6? Yep, land 6 at the table.
6枚目の土地が、出されました。藤手さんは、土地6枚持っています。スパイナルエンブレイス、打てるようになりましたが、さて手札に入ってるでしょうか。
And there are 8 1/1 creatures in Fujita's deck right now, and I'll bet he is really, really wishing for 1.
All right, so Mongoose comes over for 2. Fujita down to 5. Thornscape Battle Mage with the kicker threatens to put him at 3. It does. It resolves and gets banished.
キカツキの、バトルメイジが、プレイされてまして、藤田さんのライフが3点になりました。でそれに対して、藤田さんは、ダークバネッシュの分割カードを打ちました。
Yeah, Fujita is indeed at 3. So he
次の
loses to
モングス
Rage.
の攻撃で1になります。
Mongoose drops him to 1.
藤田さんの残りライフ1になりました。
Ursus Rage or no?
さて、激動が飛ばされるでしょうか。
Fujita's probably saying, play a big creature. I need to gain some life with my Spinal Embrace. Play a big creature. I don't know that he has Spinal Embrace, but it just seems like he seemed really happy about his 6th land and...
さて、藤田さんの手札にスパイナルエンブレイスあるでしょうか。ベネフェル、ハガーが大型クリーチャー出せば、ギトゥファイアが
Oh,
取りました。
that's it. Lucas Hager. Malshowitz now has 2 Angels in play and an Apprentice and an Acolyte. And his Factor of Fiction is resolving.
That sounds pretty
片方
good.
の準決勝戦は、ズビーは万物の声2体、とアクライト、とアプレンティスを場に出して今、また、誠か嘘かを、プレイしています。
Team Alpha Beta Unlimited dominated the Swiss of this event, but both their entries in the semifinals have their backs against the wall. Hager's not actually an official member of the team. I've been calling him a Team Alpha Beta Unlimited.com team member. He stayed with them. He played their deck. So it's kind of like they have 3.5 in the top 8. He's actually a member of Team Dueling Grounds. Does a lot of testing with David Davenport, who's another Pro Tour sort of semi-regular.
チームアルファベータアンリミテッドは、スイスの方では、いい成績残しましたが、決勝戦の方では、空戦されているようです。
Oh. Card and tempo advantage galore so far.
Recoil targeting Thornscape Familiar.
2-1の、使い魔に対してリコイルが打たれました。
Two cards.
Yeah, that forces Lucas to trade the Mongoose if he wants to Urza's Rage that giant 5/5. It's a good play by Fujita there.
これで盾持ちを、ウルザの激怒でやっつけようと、考えてたらこれで、ヘガーはモングスも失います。ヘガーは熟考しています。
Hager taking
何を
his
する
time
か
with this
迷ってる
discard.
模様です。Hager must have a handful of goodies if he's taking so long to think about what to get rid of.
Yep. Well, there goes the
Chosen,
familiar.
yeah. Discarded the Familiar. So the Rat goes in. Interesting.
盾持ちを攻撃させないでネズミで攻撃しました。
Why do you serve with the Rat but
I
not the
have no
Scuda?
idea. Boo! Come on. 5/5
Send the big guy in.
attack.
5/5s don't like to play defense.
You're at 18.
盾持ちで攻撃しなかった理由はもう全く謎である。せっかく気がつきで出したのになんで攻撃しないんだろう。5-5さえあれば2-1の
Fujita's actually
マングスなんか
15
全
because
然
he
怖
kicked
くあり
the
ません。
Scuda, but still.
Who cares?
藤田さんはなんでちっちゃいモングスを怯えてるでしょうか。謎である。
Raises the Rat?
かなりもったいない激怒です。たかがネズミに対して激怒はもったいないです。
What does that mean? That means he has another Rage and he's going to trade Mongoose plus the other. I don't understand that turn.
It makes 2 of us.
Are we that out of the loop now, Worth?
I don't know what's going on.
さっきの、2人さんのコードをどう解説すればいいでしょうか。我々は、中継者3人、全人、全く分かりません。
We weren't kidding about those rats, by the way. Those 2 rats took out land, Urza's Rage, get 2 fire.
Yep.
That's pretty good. There's also a recoil in Fujita's graveyard to a Thornscape Familiar in Hager's.
What is in his hand? I want to know.
Malshewitz still has a significant creature advantage in his game 4, but Keldon Necropolis just came into play on Benefel's side. So it may go down to the wire over there.
Yeah, Zuyu was at 6, right?
He had 6 plus an absorb.
Oh, so 9.
I'll try to get an update on that from the spotter.
Go.
Yeah, it's V's at
あ
9.
ようや
There
く
goes the
55で55の盾持ちで攻撃しています。
All right, Scooter brawls.
My Japanese isn't very good, but that translation sounded like Go Go Scooter.
Go Speed Racer.
How many cards do we
That's actually a very funny pun, Worth, because in Japanese, the word for 5 is go.
Oh.
So he is a go scooter.
There's his rage to
Oh
the
my. Rage to the dome.
Hmm.
Vegeta bent over and
本体に
took a close look at his life total.
本体に激動が打たれています。
That's scary.
That is a little scary.
そしてヘガは火力いっぱい持ってるでしょうか。
And into the red zone goes the mongoose.
I dropped
21対
Fujita to 8.
21対55でヘガの方が不利なのになぜか、藤田本体に激動を打ちました。
8 is starting to get a little scary.
Yeah. Prohibits the baby bear. That makes sense.
22のタイタンに対してプロヒビトが打たれました。
Hager looks like he's going to drop to 8 as well here.
Crunch. Scooter goes in.
ビシッと
Missing that
ヘ
one
ガ
attack
の、
phase.
ライフが、8に
Yeah, because the Mongoose came
落ちました。
over and Fujita chose not to block it. That was the other thing. Like, he left Scooter back on D, but then he didn't block.
Yeah.
ライフ8点同点です。
If Vegeta goes to 6 here, Rage kills him, right?
Yeah, just barely.
Although
Undermine would win.
Undermine would win.
Although
yeah.
Undermine will win him the game, yeah.
Yeah.
もう一回、藤田はもう一回、盾持ちで攻撃した場合、レイジが激動が打たれても蝕みで、ヘガのライフをゼロにできるから、まあ、どっちかというと藤田さんの方が有利でしょう。墓地を確認してます。
How many Urda's Rages are in this pile of cards in my hand? Did Mongoose not go in?
Oh,
モ
Mongoose
ング
hang
スは、
back to chump
防御で
block.
防御に残しました。
Oh, that's
モン
big.
グスでブロックし、
Wow, Hager's in trouble.
単終了時に、激動。
He did have another Urza's Rage, but he decided he had to trade the Rage plus the Mongoose to get that Scooter off the board. Obviously didn't have the second Rage, or he could have won the game with the 2 Rages, barring the Undermine, obviously.
Yeah.
All right, so the board will be clear when this spell resolves. All right, now we're...
Oh no, he repulsed his Scooter.
Nice.
おお、激動に対して藤田さんは、ブーメランを打ちました。
That Scooter's coming back. All right, how's this gonna play out? 8 to 8.
じゃあ、
Nothing
ライ
in
フ8
play.
点同点で
Overabundance.
オーバーアバンデンスが
Does
プレイされ
Fujita
ま
have
し
a
た。
counter for that? He doesn't want that to resolve, does he?
I don't think he
藤田
does.
さんはカウン
It's
ター持っ
8to
てるで
8 though.
しょう
It's
か。
really complicated.
Wow.
I would counter it if I could, I think.
And you can't kick Scooter at this point either, I don't
No, I
think.
don't think he can get Scooter. Scooter's 3-3 when
藤
he
田さんは
comes
カウン
down.
ターをしざるを得ないでしょ
Well,
う。さあ、どうする藤田。
at this point it costs you 2 life just to play the Scooter.
Yep. Yeah, all the burn that's in Hager's deck, he's still got the fires and he's got what, 3 rages and a fire in his graveyard, so that's 3 and 1 the other direction left in his deck.
3枚の激動が使われています。ギトゥファイア1枚です。
All right, it's in play.
Oh.
I don't know if Vegeta had the counter or not. It's hard
ケ
to
ルド
know.
ンネクロポリスが
Yeah, and the
出されました。
Ow.
Ouch.
Ow.
Ouch.
Factor Fiction back in from
藤
the
田さんは、
sideboard.
2マナ、出してライフを6点にして、誠か、嘘かを出しました。
Huh.
So Fujita goes to 6.
Fujita goes to 6. Hager's got one card in his hand. Fujita's going to have a couple of Phyrexian Scudas to work with.
I don't understand. I think Fujita just made another slight misplay there.
Yeah?
You tap 2 in response to Overabundance, and then just take 1 damage.
You're right. Yeah, he should have floated mana's response to Overabundance. He'd be at
で
7.
藤田さんは、プレイミスしてます。オーバーバンデンスがスタックに乗ってるのに対して、土地を2枚タップしてマナを出して、オーバーバンデンスが場に出てから土地をもう1枚タップして、マナ出せば1点のダメージをしか、食らわないのに、オーバーバンデンスが場に出てから、待ってたので、ライフ2点失いました。ある意味では、プレイミスしてます。
Yes.
All right, so what did he wind up from that Factor Fiction?
Yeah, it was the piles.
I'm sure he got one Scuda at least. He's got a couple Scudas that we know of.
So-
All right, there's a damage and 2 mana.
2
ダメー
damage.
ジ2点とマナ4つで
That's 4.
リコイル。
All right, recoils the
オ
Overabundance.
ーバーバンデンスにリコイルで1マナ余ります。
You have black in your pool?
Oh, he took the pile without the Scudas. Hager lined both Scudas up on one side.
He still has the 1 Scooter, right?
He has the Scuda that he repulsed when Hager tried to kill it with Rage. Now he took recoil so he can bounce Overabundance. So that Overabundance basically did 4 damage to him and then got recoiled. With just 1 card in Hager's hand.
で
Vegeta's probably
ヘガの手札
hoping
は
it's a
1枚
good
で
card.
Probably.
ヘガは何を捨てるでしょ
And I think it is, depending on how long this is taking.
Yeah, this is certainly taking a while.
Yeah.
Well,
う。オーバーバ
bye
ンデ
bye
ンスが
Overabundance.
捨てられました。
And I put
で残りの
Lucas
1マ
on
ナ
Get to
プラ
Fire.
ス2マナ3マナではい、
Just kick it, right?
that'd be a no kicker scooter, right?
Yeah.
That
キ
did
カな
not
し
get
の
kicked.
盾持ちが、
Only 2 mana
プレイされ
untapped
ま
too.
した。
He does not have counterspell mana untapped. Hager, sorry. Hager draws his card pretty slowly.
May have been better to kick it.
Ooh.
フレームタンカーブで盾持ちがやられました。
If there's no answer to that, it will finish Fujita next turn.
Yeah, the 1 damage from the extra damage from the Overabundance could hurt. Fujita
土地が
seems a little
出され
excited
ま
right now.
した藤田さんは何か焦っています。なんと
Oh,
スパイナルエンブレイス
Oh
カブ
my
にスパイナルエンブレイ
goodness.
ス
My Flame Tongue Kavu, crunch! You take 4, the Kavu dies,
ハ
I
グ
gain
に
some
ハ
life.
が
Oh,
最初に4点でカブが破壊されて藤田はライフ回復します。
Gain life equal to toughness, right?
Yeah, so it goes to 6.
Fujita goes up to 6.
藤
Wow.
田の、ライフ残りライフは6点になりました。
6 point
Fujita
life swing.
6, Hager 4.
かなり面白い試合になってきました。
Hager knocks on the top of his deck. Ooh. Kavu
速
runner comes
攻スキ
over.
ーのカブランナーが
What a game. These guys are just keep throwing punches.
Yep. Another Spinal Embrace would be awfully good.
He's got to have an answer. He's at 3 facing a runner.
藤田の手札残り枚数3枚で
There's
す。
3.
3マナ、
5?
5マナ、
Agenda?
Agenda?
ヨ
Agenda.
グモス
That's
の
an
行動
answer.
計画
One, two,
が
three,
Oh my
four.
gosh.
Does not have enough
で
for the
残りマナ、
embrace.
He does for
4マナ
recoils.
です。
Or for recoil, rather. Either one.
What a game. Wow, what a game.
Very nice.
Hager just looks at his graveyard. Very nice. We'll probably see a mid-combat recoil here,
Yep.
I would guess.
Okay.
Me too. Look at Fujita holding his graveyard as his hand here.
藤田は、
how many cards in
墓
your
地を
hand?
手札のように持っていますさあ攻撃仕掛けたらリコイルでしょう
The life total on your screen is actually incorrect. I think it's 3 for Fujita.
I believe it's 3 to 4.
はいリコイルが
Yep. Recoils the runner. Bye bye mountain.
And,
山
and
が捨てられました、ヘガの手札にラ
do
ン
you
ナーが残っ
replay
て
the
います
runner here?
I don't think you can.
What do you do? There's Embrace over there. Does he just sit and wait for burn? Is that his play?
I think Hager's in the soft lock right now.
He's just got to sit and wait for burn. I mean,
He's
Rage
gonna
wins
replay it. Not anymore.
Oh.
It doesn't. I don't think that's the right play.
Oh. Yeah, now he can't win with a Rage. Clearly you
He
embrace.
で can't win with
藤
a
田は
Gitu
まだ、
fire now
ライ
either.
フ回復します、
That
That was a wrong play. I'm almost
ヘ
sure.
ガのミスプ
But
レー
isn't
で
it
す
cool that Spinal Embrace is going to send this guy to the finals of the Pro Tour?
Yeah.
That looks. Yep.
Fujita 6, Hager 1. 1 point of damage standing between Tsuyoshi Fujita and the finals of the Pro Tour.
And there's a couple of scooters just waving hello from the graveyard.
He's
Look at
smiling.
that
He's starting to smile.
I'd be smiling too.
Me too. Me too. He's earned it.
藤田さんアンタップしました墓地を確認してます
Yeah, that life for the runner just makes this a lot easier.
Plays a rat. out of his
Ravenous rat.
graveyard.
ネズミがプレイされました
Winning with style. How many Pro Tours can Ravenous Rat win? Hager draws a card off the top. He eyes it.
Holding it like
What
a,
is it, Lucas?
Holding it like a split card.
さあ手札にあるのは何でしょう今の持ち方では分割カードに見えるようですが
Possibly win this game.
How can I possibly win this game, he asks.
Answer: You cannot.
Nope. Is there an undermine in Fujita's graveyard? There's
もはや、
In his hand.
赤は、もう勝てません
Oh no!
oh,
Death by rat.
Shivan Oasis.
ネズミに
Here comes
かじら
Ravenous
れ
Rat.
かじ殺されますかじ殺されました
There it is.
初めての、プロツアー、日本人によるプロツアー決勝戦が行われます
Tsuyoshi
Fujita-san,
Fujita
おめでとうございます。
wins 3 games to 1. Advances to the finals of the Pro Tour.